Hi everyone, Killer Orange Cat here, and welcome to my question and answer video. This is actually a re-recording of the original video that I was going to make. I had finished it a day ago, but something happened today that made me have to change the answers to one of the questions. I will address that more when we get to that question. I don't want to spend too much time before getting into the question, so I just want to make a few quick comments. I am not very good at pronouncing names I don't know. I will likely mangle up a few names if I try. So, in order to make that less embarrassing, I'm going to put the questions up on the screen. I want to thank everyone who sent in questions, and I will try to answer all of them. Getting started, we have three very similar questions. McQueenie Jean, will you have a face reveal video? Emily Claire, have you ever shown your face in one of your videos? If not, why have you chosen to not show your face? And Cody, that me name bro, Olson, will you be doing a face reveal video anytime soon? There's really no reason I haven't done a face reveal. I just don't think the appropriate time has ever come up. It really wouldn't have added anything to the videos I've done so far, but in that vein, I will do a face reveal for the closing of this video, and I hope it doesn't frighten anyone away. We have two questions from Spooky9. The first, when you write your own stories, how long does each one take? And do you write them all in one sitting or over a few days or weeks' time? It usually takes me a minimum of a week to write a short story, keeping in mind that when I was younger, I felt that inspiration was all that was needed to write. Now, as I'm older and a more experienced writer, inspiration is only part of it. Work, editing, rewriting, redrafting, that's what really makes a story good. And I will take the time it needs to make a story as good as it possibly can. Editing it, changing the language. I will often write a story 5 times over again, and the finished product is sometimes nothing like the story I started out with. But I think that's the best way to try and write. Spooky9 also asks, how old are you in cat years? Well, I will go ahead and answer that question right now. Meow. I hope that was worth it. Teresa Lawrence and Daoud Yelton, I hope I didn't mangle that too badly, would like to know the name of my mascot. No, it's not Killer. His name is Ichigo, and he is named after the character from the Bleach anime and manga. Ichigo is also the Japanese word for strawberry, and I am a near fluent Japanese speaker. The actual cat, though, was just this little guy who my sister found in the middle of a road during rush hour when he was less than 3 weeks old. We brought him home, and I've absolutely fallen in love with the guy. He's really the most cuddly animal I've ever known. The last question on the page, and sorry, but I know I will mangle your name if I try to pronounce it, so I apologize. But the question is, what has the orange cat killed, and why? Ichigo really hasn't killed anything other than a can of cat food. He's really docile. The name comes from this look he gets on his face when it's time to be fed, or at least when he thinks it's time to be fed. He will sit and stare at me. His eyelid on one side will begin to droop, and he just looks like he's giving me a death stare. So, Killer Orange Cat just popped into my head one day. Willful Today, do you have a significant other? You're one of my YouTube crushes. Well, first, thank you. I'm very flattered. This is actually the reason I had to re-record this video, though. I did have a significant other, until a few hours ago. when I got dumped completely out of the blue. My previous video had a long answer to this question where I was talking about how much I love this person and how supportive they were of my YouTube channel. But of course, I had to remove that, so I am freshly single. But trust me, you could do better than me. I'm kinda grouchy and moody a lot. Rebecca Adams. Who are you collaborating with? Right now, I have 2 collaborations that I need to work on. The first is a few weeks behind where I need to be. Celestial Noah and I are doing a story swap where I read a story he wrote and vice versa. He finished a story about 2 weeks ago. I'm a little blocked and have not finished mine, so I've fallen behind, but hopefully I'll get that written soon and we'll be able to do that. Also, I am working on a story about Scary Walks Home, and The Fear has agreed to narrate one of those stories for me. I hope to get to work on those right away. I really enjoy the channels, and I think The Fear, especially, and Celestial Noah are both underrated channels, and I hope that people will go ahead and go and listen to them. Joey's Nightmares. How does it feel being a Jedi Master? This is something Joey has called me for a few weeks now, and I consider it very flattering, but I really don't consider myself a master of anything. I see myself more as a jack of all trades. I think there's so much to experience in the world, and I feel that if I learn to do a couple things really, really well, I may just miss out on a lot of the smaller things. So I try to do as much as I can decently so I can experience more things. But I still find the question very flattering. The Fear wants to know, is that your cat? And if it is, can you FedEx it to me? I won't shave it. I will. First, the cat is not mine to send, but even if he were, he's a really big cat, and I currently would not be able to afford the cost of sending so much poundage through FedEx, especially not for something as simple as a haircut. I grouped these 3 questions together because they ask a similar experience. SCC would like to know, what's the weirdest thing I've ever seen? Dr. Pillows wants to know if I've personally had a true scary experience. And Epic Potato, if I ever have had a creepy ass experience. Yes, to all 3, and the example I give is actually on this channel. The video Kaidan 1, My Apartment, is a detailing of a few months of hell I went through in a one-time apartment of mine. The worst part of it happened when I was taking a shower with the curtain slightly open, and I noticed the shadow of an arm coming towards the curtain. So I flung the curtain open, only to find nothing there. I washed my hair in the sink and then stayed at a friend's house for 3 days because I was just so freaked out by the experience. If you haven't listened to the video and want a full detailing of what happened, I encourage you to check it out. It's Kaidan 1, My Apartment. Alright, Johnny Doe. I have an orange cat. It's orange and white like a skinny Garfield. Am I safe? Johnny, I cannot stress this enough. No, you are not safe. Try to call the authorities as quickly as you can, but it's best to distract the cat with food or catnip, and try to speak in a low tone, but you will not be safe until you get out. Good luck. Onyx has 3 questions. The first, what country I'm from. That one's easy enough. I'm from the United States of America. Do I have a TV show that I really like? Several. My favorite show of all time is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I probably have the entire series memorized, actually. I'm also a big fan of Frasier. I have that memorized too. I've been watching Ash vs. Evil Dead lately, and I am a big fan of TV court shows like Judge Judy or People's Court. I'm the type of person who is always doing more than one thing at a time, so I can listen to court shows while I write or practice guitar or anything else. On to the second question, why would I lie about my age? I wouldn't lie actually, but neither would I offer it up freely. People put way too much emphasis on age, and I don't think they should. I personally don't think it's important, and people give way too many preconceived notions about somebody based on age. I mean, all my age is a counting of how many times the sun has gone, or the earth has gone around the sun while I've been alive. It tells you very little about me. And keep in mind that my field is psychosocial development, so I should be the first person to say that age actually does mean something, but I don't think it does, and that's why I don't offer it, because I don't think you learn anything about me from my age, but you might think things about me that just aren't true. My friend Blue Spooky would like to know if I ever plan on branching out into creepypasta or other types of non-true stories. I would like to, but the one thing I've sold my channel on was the unique nature of the stories I present. So I would be open to doing original stories or creepypasta, mostly if they haven't been done before. In regards to popular pasta, I'll leave that up to my viewers. If you want me to read some popular, well-known creepypasta, just put it in the comment section and I would definitely be happy to do that. But mainly my goal is to have as much original material as possible. Linus Ethier, hope I got that correct, would like to know if I ever expected my channel to grow so much. No. I'm still astounded by it, but no, I never expected it. When I first started doing this, I recall not even having my view count go up in a week, and it was depressing, and I didn't know what to do, and many times I almost just decided that it wasn't worth it. Then something happened, and I don't know what it was, but when it happened, my view count just skyrocketed, and I started getting subscribers very, very fast. And it was nice, and it was wonderful, and it kept me doing it. And I'm over 200,000 views. I am about to hit 5,000 subscribers. 4 months ago, if you told me this was going to happen, I would have thought you were crazy. And it's very humbling, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get an ego about it. But it's amazing, and I never would have expected it. And I see it as a responsibility for me to give back to people because I've been very fortunate. And when I find channels that may have been having problems like mine, but they're very good channels, I do my best to try to help them out, because if I can even steer one or two people, maybe that'll help them grow exponentially, and that makes me very happy to see people become successful, especially ones who are talented and deserve it. I grouped these 4 questions together because they are related. Matthew Rosero, for the Q&A, what got you into the scary story scene? Zombie Killer, what made you start YouTube? Schmadolf Schmittler, love that. What and who inspired you to make YouTube videos? And Jesse Jess, who are your influences YouTube and celebrity actor-wise? Now, it's important to know that I'm very desensitized to horror. I wish that I wasn't. This isn't me bragging, but I don't get scared very often, and I wish that I did. When I was writing as a child, I started writing when I was 11. I wrote a haiku about a bird sticking its beak through somebody's eye, and it freaked one of my school teachers out, and I like that. It was like I can't get scared myself, so maybe I can vicariously feel what it's like to be scared by scaring other people. So that's how I got interested in telling scary stories. As far as YouTube, I've only been listening to creepypasta since 2013. Before then, I didn't even know they existed. I stumbled across Creeps McPasta, really enjoyed him, still do, and some other big narrators. But what made me start YouTube was the fact that the way the entertainment industry is now, it's very hard to get published, or it's very hard to get anything done on a different level. I think YouTube is brilliant because you don't have to have a producer to make a video. You decide what your videos are, and you can put pretty much anything you want up. So it gives you so much artistic freedom, and I really like that. I think I like it much better than I would like the other options. Now, YouTube wise, my biggest inspiration would have to be King Spook. It was listening to his videos, and he actually had a couple stories that kind of scared me a little bit. That inspired me to want to go ahead and do this. And I can't tell you exactly why I felt that way, but it was probably because of his voice. He doesn't sound a bit like him, but he reminds me a lot of one of my idols, who is Vincent Price. And when I heard him tell stories, just the way that he tells them was very, very effective. And it made me start thinking, I would love to find a way to be able to do this. Now, my narrations are nothing like his. His are much better. His voice is much clearer than mine, but I'm working on it and hoping that one day I'll get to be much more talented and hopefully really, really good at what I'm doing. The second part of Jesse Jess's questions: what is your favorite horror movie? The Evil Dead 2, if I had to pick one. I really adore that movie. I've seen it no less than 50 times. If I could pick more than one, I would include the original Halloween, which is the best slasher film ever made, Candyman, which is just brilliant. It's a really deeply layered film that I just love interpreting the hell out of. And Phantasm. It's just a movie that makes no sense at all the first time you see it, but every time you see it afterwards, it makes a little more sense. And it's a beautiful movie. So God rest in peace, Angus Scrimm. Angus Scrimm is the tall man. Sorry, I'm a little broken up about that. He was a really enjoyable actor. He does a wonderful job. If you haven't seen Phantasm, I recommend it. But out of all of them, if you haven't seen the movie, one I recommend the most is Candyman, because it's just so layered. And I've seen it many times, and we'll probably be watching it again soon too. Now, the third question from Jesse Jess is: if you were into the Potter realm, what house and Patronus do you prefer? A lot of P's there. Well, I've read all the books, I've seen all the movies. My favorite character is undoubtedly Snape. I'm a huge Alan Rickman fan. Again, rest in peace. A lot of my favorites are no longer with us. But I didn't just like Snape because he was played by Alan Rickman. He's just that kind of charismatic villain, and I'm a villain liking guy. I love bad guys. I rooted for Jack Nicholson's Joker. I rooted for Heath Ledger's Joker. I enjoy bad guys. I can't say that I feel an affinity for Slytherin, though. But I really don't feel an affinity for any of the houses. So if I had to pick one, I guess I'd be picking Slytherin because of Snape and Alan Rickman. As far as a Patronus, I'd probably go with a fox. Fox is my favorite animal. That's where I got my last name from. And I relate very well to them. It's very much representative of me. Thanks for the questions. I also grouped these 3 questions together because they sort of go together. Brad Smith, what are your other interests besides this? Nicholas Crandall, what kind of music bands do you like? And do you watch other YouTubers' scary stories? The Paranoid Doll, what's your favorite kind of music? Well, I love music. My favorite kind of music would be acoustic guitar music, not really a genre, but I like folk music. I like Ani DeFranco, Dar Williams, John Denver. Tom Waits is a favorite of mine. I like Billy Joel, Jim Croce, The Cranberries, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Nirvana. As far as other interests, I'm really interested in Japanese language and culture. I'm nearly fluent in the language. I can read, write, and speak it. I watch a lot of manga. I watch manga. Well, gosh, I promised I wasn't going to edit this, though. I watch a lot of anime. I read a lot of manga. I watch Japanese cinema. I even watch the news in Japanese. I play guitar. I enjoy reading. I play video games. I work out a lot, 5 days a week, usually at least 2 hours, if not more, each day. And that's something that I just really, really enjoy doing. I'd probably go crazy if I couldn't do it. And yes, I do watch a lot of other YouTubers. I mainly do it because I enjoy it, but it also helps me to know that I'm not repeating stories. But if you name them, I listen to them. My friends, Blue Spooky, Joey's Nightmares. I'm really big on The Fear right now. Unit number 522, King Spook, of course. Crease McPasta, Lazy Masquerade, Busta, The Phantom Librarian, Let's Read, Basement Horrors, Truth is Scarier Than Fiction. Naming a lot of people that I know, too, so... But yeah, I love listening to other YouTubers, and I hope I never have to stop doing it. Penny Lane would like to know what my philosophy of life and death is. I don't think I can really go too in-depth into that right now, just because it would take a long time. What I can tell you is that I don't believe that this life is the only existence that I will ever have. And I think that we all are some sort of energy and sort of bigger things are waiting for us. I'm trying to see how I can phrase this. We're all part of something bigger, and I don't know what that is. I don't pretend to know that I could know what it is, but I don't think that my life or the ending of this life is the ending of my existence. I just don't see that as being possible. The Real Amir would like to know, do you ever get creeped reading the scary stories? Yes, but not often. But I can tell you, if a story creeps me out, it is going to be guaranteed to be included. The one that creeped me out the most recently would be the one about the boy named Tom who goes into the asylum and never comes out. It didn't scare me, but it really kind of freaked me out for a short period of time. Mache Black, I hope I got that right. What is your inspiration to write horror stories? I think I mostly covered that earlier, that trying to vicariously scare myself through scaring other people. But some of my influences would be Shirley Jackson, David H. Keller, Edgar Allan Poe, and other short story writers. I prefer short story fiction horror over novels just because most horror stories can be told in a short period of time. The Equalizer, 259 Perez. Have you ever thought of publishing your own book? By the way, there's greatness in your voice. You have to be one of the best. Thank you very much. My voice may not sound like that today. I've had a couple problems over the night, but I appreciate that. I have actually published my own book, and it was a nightmare, dreadful experience. And the publisher was a horrible publisher. I should have never signed with them. They did not edit my book. They did not promote my book. It sold like 7 copies. It was just a complete and utter nightmare. Now, I will probably publish again in the future, but that just soured me on the experience so much that I haven't tried to do it again yet. And if anyone thinks about asking, I'm not going to give away the name of the book because it was so poorly produced that I don't want anybody to actually read it. Scary stuff, scary stuff, scary stuff, ding. Would like to know how tall I am. I am 5'8". I would try to add something clever after that, but I'm not really sure what I can do. Skyla Sternenlock would like to know, if I was a purple elephant, what color would my eyelashes be? Green. And what's your favorite song to listen to in the morning? Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. I usually will work out quite soon after I get up, and that song really kind of gets me going to feel like I can go ahead and go work out. And the final question is from Austin Lidster. Who is your biggest fan? Normally, I would stray away from even addressing that question, but I guess it would be okay if I went ahead and answered it. What I have to say is just that hey everybody, Killer Orange Cat here. For all you that were asking for the face reveal, I hope you're not disappointed. I posted a picture of myself on the channel, but it's from a couple of years ago, back when I was more into the preppy-ish, the turtleneck and clean shaven. Right now I prefer to have a couple days scruff on my face. I think it befits me a little bit more. So, I hope no one's severely disappointed. I want to take this last couple moments to thank everybody who's sending questions for the Q&A video. I actually had a lot of fun answering them, and I didn't think that I would, so that was pretty nice. I enjoyed that. In addition, I want to thank everybody who watches my videos, likes them, subscribes to them, and leaves absolutely wonderful comments on them. It's really, really appreciated, more than I could ever say. I had no idea ever that this channel would get as big as it is now, and it seems like it's not stopping, and that just makes me as happy as I can possibly tell you. As long as there's going to be an audience for this, I will continue doing it, and as long as I continue to do it, I hope that you'll be there listening. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. And all I have left is make sure to check under your bed and check in the closet, because you never know where a killer orange cat might be hiding. Good night.